not the way you'd have wanted to end?
Listen, I've just had an emotional conversation with a group in there. Not angry or frustrated. There's 3 lads in there that have, in their 4 years, 6 years in their time at Boreham Football Club. Woody himself has gone through relegations with us, finishing mid-table, getting to Wembley, pulling it back for Bruno Andrade to level the game against Tranmere. Kieran Murtagh, Tom Champion, 2 lads that have... Kieran's won the header in the Blackpool game. Holman puts in back post to win 2-1, first time in the club's history to beat a professional side. Walk out of Coventry together, walk out of Wembley together. So I was frustrated that we offered that up for sort of them finishing their time here at the club. Still conversations ongoing, so that's not nailed down just yet, but I was just, upset that if that was their last game, we served that up. And I'm not going to address the performance. There's a lot of factors that I could probably overanalyze now. But yeah, I was just upset because that wasn't just today. That's not a 90-minute game of football, and we've seen poor defending, poor lines, poor distribution at times. That's been what we've been, and that's why we finished 14th this season. The big thing is that we got through a pandemic, still obviously coming to the back end of it. I have to thank the chairman for that. Up to 52 weeks ago, like he says, clapping on the doorsteps for the NHS, I was collecting food here that he was putting on X amount of pounds for me to collect, so I didn't have to go to the shop. So we've gone through a lot this year. With that group, I've gone through a lot. There's a lot of highs, a lot of lows. We played Millwall in the 3rd round. That's a great positive. You touched on it before we go live, Moose. Donovan Green gets his debut today. Mamadou Diallo got his 3rd appearance for the club. We sold Sorba Thomas to Huddersfield. Yeah, I'm emotional at the minute, and I'm quite fortunate that I haven't cried, because I'll be honest with you, I cried to the group, thanking Champ, Kieran and Woody for what they've done for this football club, and I know that's echoed by the chairman, but it's most definitely not the way we wanted to finish. To have the fans back in the building, and I've got to be honest, with 20 to go we rolled over. But like I said, I can overanalyse things, I can really go to town on certain individuals, but that's not what this interview is about at the minute. This is about finishing the season. I was a lot more hurt away to Harrogate last year than I am today. So I take stock, I look at things, I need to improve hugely, and yeah, I wipe my mouth and move on.
Crying is always good for award-winning television, by the way. In terms of this year, you've, as you rightly say, you're coming through a pandemic. Like every manager and player, journalist, we're lucky to have been doing what we've been doing. How much do you feel now, having 651 people back in the ground today, is a move back towards what you and I have known as being normal?
So speaking to Dev beforehand, obviously we're both talking about what it's been like, how it's been managing, playing. We both come to the conclusion it was nice that we actually had the luxury to still work. I come in every day to a club that I adore, with people I adore. We had an awards evening yesterday, and the so-called little people, the day-to-day staff, put on an unbelievable show for us. The way they delivered their dinners, the way that the room was set, it was outstanding. And like I said, to come through a pandemic with these people, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. In terms of having the fans back, the 651, they're amazing. Like seriously amazing. And that's not me off the back of winning or losing 4 or 5 games in the last 15 games. I'm not trying to keep my job in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a fool. I understand that we've really underachieved this year, and I'm the captain of the ship. And trust me, the buck stops at my door. But to have them back in and to sing Garrard's Black and White Army, to sing the Nathan Ashmore song, to sing the One of Our Own, I've missed them hugely. And I wanted to give them a taste, or something to look forward to. I'll be honest, that won't be what we'll be serving up next year. We want to obviously go and achieve the EFL dream. That's where we're at and where we want to get to. The club's set, and now it's down to myself and that dressing room to catch up, because year on year, small steps. The club does a stand, does a pitch, does a new training facility, does a changing room, new kit sponsor, new kit supplier. And it's like, we need to play catch up now. We need to ensure that we're parallel with what's going off the park on it. And that's where we got to get to. I've been tasked to go and get 5 or 6 bits of quality, and working with Charlie and the chairman and the management, that's what we'll be looking to do, and ensure that we don't finish 14th next year. We have a right go and get in them playoffs, if not higher, and try and get out of the National League into the EFL.
The same debt of gratitude this club owes its chairman, Danny Hunter, I think owes you as well over the last 3 or 4 years, most definitely actually, in fact a whole lot longer. But you said there you need to improve. How?
I need to get back to my identity, what I'm about as a manager.
Which is?
Full on, full throttle, no stone unturned. I'm not saying that wasn't the case this year, but I've learnt a lot. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, you would have seen things that are going on as a manager that I'm doing that's totally out of what I've done before. Sitting in a stand, I've never done it. But I'm learning in terms of about people, offering people certain things to deliver on a day-to-day basis. I'm learning, I'm setting tasks, and that's for me to ensure that I'm getting the responses I want. I can't say that I haven't been backed. I've been backed 100% since I've had the job. 30-year-old man taking over a team in the National League. No disrespect, I was an academy manager at best. I was an assistant manager, under Ian Allenson. I've done okay, but no disrespect to any other 30-year-old, you don't get given a job. And the man believed in me, got fortunate, stayed up. Year on year, we have progressed. We had a slight dip after Wembley, finishing 19th. We had a slight dip this year, finishing 14th after going 4th, 5th last year. I want to start getting consistent. I need people around me that know what I'm like as an individual more than anything. Not in the footballing world. I'm talking know how I get tipped, how people can make me purr as such. The chairman does that without even thinking. He knows when he's got to leave me alone, he knows when he's got to build me up, he knows when he's got to kick me in the bollocks. And that's 15 years worth of relationship. He said it yesterday, funerals, weddings, christenings. He knows my family inside out. So I know I've got his backing. I need to level up, because what he's done behind the scenes with contracts to ensure that this club don't go adrift or go under because it's that tight, he's been immeasurable. And I'm here for as long as he wants me, Moose. He could quite easily tell me, sorry Luke, your job's up for grabs because you haven't delivered this year. I would have no qualms on that, because I know how driven he is, I know how driven I am. In terms of that, I thank you, and I know Agent Moose, I'll get you to get me a move. I've done okay. There's managers at this level would want my record, but I want other people's record because they've got out the National League into the EFL. And like I said before, this club's ready. It's a League One club. You look at the infrastructure. I walked 2 players around on Thursday, and they're in awe of what this place has to offer. They leave are excited. I've wet their beak.
Who are they?
I can't tell you that. The reason being is because obviously they're still under contract with certain clubs, and for me that's unrespectful. And they're out of contract in the summer, so it's not like they've been offered new deals. They're out of contract. It's been released already on the retain list, so I'm not one of them managers that sneaks about. It's just that currently they are obviously talking to many clubs, as you would do being an available player. So, but my point being is, it's not hard to sell this place. It's not hard to sell the facilities, the infrastructure, and what we have to offer them as an individual. So, like I said earlier, we need to level up. I need to ensure that what we're doing on the pitch, in the training ground, on the analysis suites, on the management meetings, staff meetings, player meetings, is to the level of what people are doing on a day-to-day basis to ensure that this club remains. 70 staff are getting paid 100%. It's unheard of. So I know where I need to improve. I know where I need to go with things, and that will be me. I need time. I'm mentally finished. I'm finished. And that's not an excuse. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I need some respite, because I think tiredness doesn't allow you to do as well as you could do, because I think it clouds things. So I'll have a break for 10 days, 2 weeks, and that don't mean coming off the gas. having a break from not training, not watching a game, not analysing something. That's a break. Still be having meetings, still be meeting players, and that's something that we'll be doing moving forward to ensure that we have 15, 16 players that are singing off the same hymn sheet as myself and the chairman of this football club, Operation EFL.
Last one, and by the way, you nearly cried at the beginning through emotion. Please don't cry out of laughter, but the two players that you saw showed round who are out of contract this season, it would be remiss if I didn't say Messi and Aguero.
Yeah, both of them. We got them both in, so obviously I'm not being funny. I don't even think Messi, Aguero, Ronaldo would even help me today. I got to be honest, but yeah, like, listen, they're good too. I've had 6 round. I'll be honest, I've had 6 players round, and I said it. I keep saying the word afforded the luxury. I've not been afforded the luxury. The fact of the matter is we haven't delivered on what we've expected this year. So time then turns to focusing on the long game as opposed to the short game. And yeah, if we can get 2-3 of them bits of quality over the line, then I think we'll be in a stronger position. I've got a dressing room there that still has Ashmore, Dave Stevens, KP, Femi, Jamal, Kane Smith, Gus, Rico, Cabs and Ty. It's a strong squad. It's a strong 10. And we need to add 5 or 6 bits of quality to that to ensure that we're not 14th next year.
See you on the golf course this week.
Legend.